How's it going, guys? Your average student here. So I wanted to start off this video by saying to all my fellow college students out there who are struggling with their last midterms, are struggling with the finals that are coming up, who are struggling to get those, C's or whatever it may be to A's or just better than what you have now. Remember, if the Patriots did it, they were down 28-3, so can you. But sorry guys if I look kind of tired or if I sound kind of down. I'm trying to pick myself back up. I'm running on about 5 hours of sleep right now. Ended up studying. I have 5 midterms next week, so I'm trying to definitely squeeze in some time to do some recording because obviously that's very important to me and I want to keep it consistent on the channel. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I try uploading every Monday and Friday, so that's something I want to stick myself to because this is something I definitely want to keep doing. So I want to help give you guys the consistency so that you guys can follow along the right way and so you guys know what to expect. So to all my fellow college students out there, keep grinding, keep hustling. I can, I will, I must is what my shirt says. And I'm wearing this shirt for all of you guys and for myself. But anyways, let's get to the topic of today's video. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about what college should you decide to go to. That sounds like a kind of broad question, and in all honesty, there is no exact answer as to which college you should go to. It ultimately comes down to your own pros and cons of each of the schools you've gotten into, and pretty much what you're looking for in the school. So I wanted to give you guys pretty much what I based my own decision off of when I was deciding what school to go to. So for one, and I feel like this is the easiest place to start off, is where did you apply and where did you get in? Because obviously if you want to go somewhere you didn't get into and the deadline's passed to apply, well then you can't plan to go there no matter how much you wanted to go there. Best of luck to any of y'all who are going to apply to schools next year. I hope you guys get into your dream school. So best of luck to all you guys out there. But yeah, ultimately just start off with the list as to where you've gotten in. And with that list of those schools, keep up with the deadlines that they require for you to have an admission decision. A lot of schools, well actually technically the national deadline isn't until May the 1st. But I know a lot of schools will be like, oh, if you are already admitted by this time, you can actually start planning your orientation ahead. And you want to sign up for the earliest orientation you can get because your orientation is where you're going to decide your fall schedule. Number 2, one thing you want to keep in mind is whether or not you applied early decision or early action. So those are 2 terms you've probably seen for my current seniors out there who actually apply to schools. That's the second thing you guys need to keep in mind when deciding where to go because, okay, how did you get in? Because if you got an early decision, then you're required to go wherever you got accepted to, and you can only apply to one school early decision. Number 3, something you really want to consider is in-state or out-of-state. All right, so I'm planning on doing a video on the pros and cons about going in-state and out-of-state for college. Is that something that's important to you? Now, typically you shouldn't apply to a school if you're just not going to go. So definitely if the location, let's say you're in Texas, right? And you apply to one of the California schools, but you know you're not going to go out of state. Well, then don't apply unless you're actually considering it. Location is something definitely keep in mind. If you want to stay in state, how close do you want to stay to home? Now, 4th, I don't know by now how many schools you've already marked off. I think this is probably the most important thing. If you need financial aid, how much have they offered you? Now, ultimately, this is going to be the deciding factor for so many students. Make sure to submit your FAFSA early on. Now, I know I've said this in a previous video. What it stands for is the Free Application for Student Aid. Essentially, the FAFSA is an online document that you fill out and you essentially list all the schools you've applied to or all the schools you've gotten into, and you just have them sent to them and it's free. And what the schools do with that FAFSA document is they say, okay, well let's look at the income of this family. Let's look at how many dependents they have. Let's look at all these certain financial aspects of them. They decide how much they give you in grants and potentially loans. So a lot of schools really do base it on that. So let's say you're looking at a school so look at what you got in the financial aid from them. Apply to their scholarships if they have any. The institution typically does offer scholarships. And apply to those. Apply to outside scholarships. And keeping all of that into consideration, add up how much money you've gotten from the school and via other scholarships, and then see how much it costs for tuition and fees. And if you're going to live there, if you're going to have to get an apartment or a dorm, how much does it cost to live there? So yeah, that's probably going to be your biggest deciding factor, financial aid. And number 5, and this is ultimately what I feel led for my decision as well after the financial aid part, was does it feel like home? And I know that sounds very cliche, but trust me when I tell you this, and I'm sure any of my college student viewers out there could tell you this, you know if a school is for you as soon as you visit this. So make sure to tour as many schools as you can, but tour any school that you can that you got into. And I'm telling you guys, you'll feel it once you get there if you see yourself there. And that's probably the greatest indicator as to whether or not you belong. If after these 5 steps you guys still have a list of schools you're still trying to decide from, well, then bring it down to this. Do you know anyone who's going to be there? And, are you close with those people if you do? Would you like to go there because you have other friends that are going there? You also want to keep in mind how well known is the institution for what you're trying to study. Now, believe it or not, every school has things they specialize in. That's another thing you want to keep in mind. Sure, you might want to go to A&M, but UT Austin's ranked higher engineering. All right, guys, I had to pull that in. Come on. But that's something else you want to keep in mind. So I think after these steps, you guys should have a pretty well indication of where you want to go. Make the choice that feels the best. At the end of the day, guys, there is no right or wrong decision. So you have to make it right. You have to show yourself that based off of this process you guys went through to eliminate some schools and choose one, you made the right decision. So make the most out of your college experience, because either way, in all honesty, wherever you go, you're almost guaranteed to get a great experience if you put in the effort to. And just enjoy yourself. College is a once in a lifetime experience that many people don't get to get and wish they could. So know that you're blessed to have the opportunity to go. So that's it for today's video, guys. But I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any questions or want to know something. Leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Stay humble, hustle hard.